Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a very fun video where I'm going to be swapping my screen time for reading. I've been wanting to do this video for so long but never actually had the right opportunity to do it until this week. So for Monday to Friday is what we're going to do, and I will show you the screen time for what I had last week on those days, and then I'm just going to set a time again and obviously do the correlating time spent reading this week. So I thought, what book should I read for this? So I've literally just filmed a video reading LGBTQIA+ books during Pride Month, and I want to film a part 2 to that after this week. So I need something to break it up, and I thought, what better time to start my summer TBR than now? So we are going to be reading summer books. I just want to start by saying I'm such a slow reader, so I'm probably not going to get through very many books in this video, especially since the times aren't actually that long. So the first book we're going to start with today is You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. So the summary of this one says, 12 summers ago, Poppy and Alex meet, they hate each other and are pretty confident they'll never speak again. 11 summers ago, they're forced to share a ride home from college, and by the end of it, a pact is formed. Every year, one vacation together. 10 summers ago, Alex discovers his fear of flying, Poppy holds his hand the whole way. 7 summers ago, they get far too drunk and narrowly avoid getting matching tattoos in New Orleans. 2 summers ago, it all goes wrong. This summer, Poppy asks Alex to join her on one last trip, but could this trip make them realise they're not just friends after all? Okay, so I have to be kind of quiet because my family are all asleep. Sorry if you can hear the snoring. I don't want to wake anyone up. But I have just read my hour and 45 minutes, whatever it was. I made it up to the start of chapter 9, which is page 75. And today was quite like a short, easy time. I managed to complete my screen time for reading yesterday. It was a difficult day to do it because all my family were at home, and then they always want me to sit, and obviously I want to spend time with them, and it's quite hard to fit it in when there's other things going on. So I'm glad that I did it, and the time went off when I was just like a couple of pages towards the end of a chapter, so I just finished off the chapter basically. But today I think that it's a lot more that I have to do. I'm just going to quickly check now, and then I will show you my screen and everything in the next clip. But today, this day last week, was 3 hours 6 minutes. That's the worst one, to be fair. A lot of the others were all like an hour and a half. So I was quite good with my phone last week. I wasn't on it very much, but 3 hours 6 minutes is quite a long time. However, that's because I spent 2 hours on BBC iPlayer watching Pretty Little Liars Original Sin, rather than watching it on my laptop. So that's my own fault. But yeah, so we've got 3 hours 6 minutes today. But we're going to carry on with You and Me on Vacation because I cannot read 2 books at once. I am reading more of this, And do you know what's really weird and really funny that I've only just sort of clocked onto and realised is that the past 3 books that I've read, this one and the 2 before it, all had a character named Alex. And I was thinking this the other day, like, I don't know why, it's so random, but like, so often the next book that I read will have a character with the exact same name as the previous book before it. Like, there's been so many instances of this where things like this have happened, and I'm just like, it's just such a weird, freaky coincidence. And then it always makes me like really confused, because then I'm thinking of the previous book that I've just read. A lot of it has been kind of their like present day summer, current summer, and we've looked back at 12 summers ago and 11 summers ago, and I think we had a chapter that was 5 summers ago as well. The current summer that they're on, they've just got to their accommodation and they opened the door and only saw 1 bed, but then they realised that there was like a pull-out chair as a second bed. I'm not really a big fan of like 1 bed tropes. If you saw my tier ranking book tropes video, then you'll know what I think of all of the book tropes. And this is like a friends to lovers. It's really giving You Belong With Me, Taylor Swift. So far so good, and I'm going to keep going. I've still got 2 hours 40 minutes left for today, so I've only been reading for like 25 minutes so far because I've had loads of stuff to sort out this morning. But now I'm just going to crack on for the rest of the day. I've made it to page 206 and I've done my 3 hours 6 minutes reading for the day, and I believe I started on page 75, so I think I've read about 130 odd pages today, so not an awful lot more than yesterday, but almost twice as many I guess actually, so yeah, that's not bad going. I'm over halfway through the book now. It's actually really good, I'm kind of really enjoying it. I don't think it's a 5-star, and I don't think it's quite as good as I thought Beach Read was, but it's not bad, I'm enjoying it. So obviously I finished my reading for the time yesterday, so I made it up to page 266, the start of chapter 29, and so far some romance has been happening, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I like it and I'm really enjoying it more than I thought I would, but I think because there's so many previous summers and they're like not even in chronological order, I do get a little bit confused, but it is nice to see how their relationship has like developed over time. I'm gonna set my timer and try and get through the hour and a half-ish. I think it's like an hour and 38 minutes or something that I've got today. So I've just finished my reading time for today. I've made it to page 338, the start of chapter 35, because I just finished off the chapter because I was so close to finishing it with the time, and I'll probably finish the book tonight because I've only got about 20 or so pages left. Okay, so I finished my reading time yesterday, as you would have seen, And then I also read for an extra half an hour in the evening and finished the book. So we finished You and Me on Vacation. Now, today I am reading for 1 hour 25 minutes because that is the screen time that I had for last Thursday, so a week ago today. And yeah, I thought we'd start a new book, and I think we're gonna go with another one of my summer TBR, but another like sort of standalone one, because I thought I could do Book Lovers, but then that's like 2 Emily Henrys in a row and I kind of want to spread them out and save them. I did really like You and Me on Vacation, by the way. I realised that I hadn't really put my thoughts in this because I finished it at like 1 AM and my family were all asleep, so I didn't want to risk waking them up. But basically, yeah, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't one of my absolute favourite books, but I did quite like the whole friends to lovers trope and how it was done, that we got to see the progression of their friendship and relationship over these years and things like that. Only thing is, at times I did get a little bit like lost as to what summer we were on, and because it wasn't like chronological order, which in my brain would have made a lot more sense. But yeah, I did enjoy it. Just didn't quite do it for me like Beach Read did. So it's good, so I gave it like 4 stars, I think. But you'll see like my proper thoughts in my monthly wrap up. But now we're gonna start Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy, I think, because I read the Off Campus series by her. Those were the first books that I read this year, actually, and this one just looks so much fun, sounds very good. I'm hoping it's a very summer-based book because it's on my summer TBR. I'm going to quickly read you the blurb and then we will set our timer and get started for today's reading. So it says, she does everything right, what could go wrong? Mackenzie Mac Cabot is a people pleaser. A pathological people pleaser, just like me. That won't mean anything to anyone unless you've heard You're Losing Me by Taylor Swift. It's exhausting, really, always following the rules. Mac has dreams of her own, but to please her parents, she moves to the beachside town of Avalon Bay to get her college degree. 20-year-old Mac has had plenty of practice suppressing her wilder impulses, but when she meets local bad boy Cooper Hartley, that ability is suddenly tested. Cooper is rough around the edges, raw, candid, a threat to her ordered existence. Their friendship soon becomes the realest thing in her life. Despite his disdain for the trust fund kids he sees coming and going from his town, Cooper soon realises Mac isn't just another rich clone and falls for her hard. But as Mac finally starts feeling accepted by Cooper and his friends, the secret he's been keeping from her threatens the only place she's ever felt at home. Oh, sounds really good actually, so I'm excited to get reading and see what happens. Okay, let's just ignore these little pieces of hair that don't want to behave themselves. I had a haircut yesterday, so it keeps sitting a bit weird. Always does for a few days. But I finally finished my reading for today, as you will have just seen in those clips. So it was 1 hour and 25 minutes, and yeah, really enjoyed it actually. I finished the chapter that I was on because I had like a couple of pages left, so I think I'm up to like page 65 or something. I'm really enjoying it so far. It's kind of reminding me of After, with the sense that like he goes for her because of like a bet, but yeah, it's really enjoyable. I'm really liking it and the characters are quite interesting. And obviously tomorrow is the final day of this challenge. So we're now up to Friday and this is the final day of this challenge, and for today I have 1 hour 33 minutes, so let's do our last bit of reading for this video. Okay, so it's actually much later in the evening now. I got a bit carried away with my 6,000 piece jigsaw, and I was basically sorting through every single piece to try and find all the edges. So I spent like 3 hours or so doing that this afternoon. However, I did do just over an hour's worth of reading, so I believe I have 23 minutes left. So I'm going to try and get that out the way done now, I think, and then that will be the end of this challenge for this reading vlog. And obviously I'm not going to finish it because I'm only up to page like 150, I think, and it's over 300 pages. So I'm glad though that we managed to get through more than one book this week, but I'm going to carry on reading and then I will come and give you my final thoughts and my wrap up at the end. Okay, so I wanted to come in here and do a proper outro because I did outro this video yesterday, but I was in a world of pain and it was really, really late. So I just kind of wanted to give you a bit of like statistics update for what we've done. So obviously we finished this challenge yesterday. I finished reading my hour and 33 minutes for the day, and I thought we'd just wrap up. So obviously the first 3 days we spent reading You and Me on Vacation. And I really liked the book actually. I really quite enjoyed it. It was something different. I loved seeing the progression of their relationship and their friendship over all the years. The only thing was that I got a bit confused what summer we were on, and it sort of like seemed like a bit of back and forth quite a lot. So Monday we read for an hour and 47 minutes. Tuesday we read for 3 hours 6 minutes. That was our longest reading day. Then Wednesday we read for an hour and 38 minutes. Thursday we read for an hour and 25 minutes. That was our shortest reading day. And then yesterday on Friday we read for an hour and 33 minutes. And I've managed to get up to page 172 of Good Girl Complex. Obviously I'm not going to finish it in this video. So if you do want to see my thoughts on that, then you can watch my monthly wrap up at the end of the month, because I always go through things on there. This was a lot of fun. It was very interesting to like force myself to read for a specific amount of time every day. I might do something like this where I read like a specific number of pages or something soon as well, just to try and like, because it does help me push through my TBR a lot easier, and yeah, it's quite enjoyable because then I get through quite a lot of books quite quickly. That is it for today's video. Really hope you enjoyed it, and give the video a thumbs up if you did, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already so you can see all my future videos when they're uploaded, because I have quite a few coming this month, and that means that you just won't miss out on any. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next one very soon.